good business decision for us.
Oh yes, like you guys are gonna be able to touch across all like not just within the states,
Mhm.
everywhere, and
Right.
make it easier for everywhere. Just have like
Exactly. Yeah.
make it easy for everybody to access your guys' product and be able to pay you guys and be able to settle
Yep.
without having problems, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Because I mean, right now we're going through Shopify, and which is, it's a good solution for now. But I would love it if we had, like a crypto domain, and just
Yeah.
accept, just like if we could have a website that was just like that, um, but accepting crypto seamlessly all over the world, that would be perfect. No fees. Uh,
I know, man.
so how's Hawaii treating you?
Hawaii, like I love where I live.
Yeah.
I love my home. I'm a native too. I'm a native Hawaiian.
Yeah.
I love this place.
Cool.
Our government sucks.
Dude, I know.
Literally everywhere.
I
You
know.
know, it's
It's crazy.
just
I don't get it, man. Like, uh, California is another really amazing place when it comes to the
yeah.
weather and when it comes to just the scenery and the everything about it is beautiful. Like, no matter what day of the year it is, you can be outside in shorts and not have bug spray. I mean, it's perfect. You can leave your door open, but the government is horrible. And it's like, man, if it wasn't for that, it would be like the perfect place to live. Same thing with Hawaii, but I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Ugh, it's terrible.
No, like there's innovation, yes. There is we can innovate, but there's always the right way to do things.
Yep.
Instead of pushing nature and where you live and people from where you live on the side, there's a
Right.
way to integrate everything to work together. That's just what I believe.
I agree.
Like that's just my belief, man.
Well,
Like,
there's no reason why not. I mean, it should work that way.
yeah, like there's so much like things that we could capitalize instead of like draining our waters from our
Yeah.
aquifers. There's
Yeah.
places that's using the ocean and has a processing plant that makes the salt water into fresh water and vice versa. I live in Hawaii, man. We got the
Yeah.
whole freaking Pacific
Yeah, you got
to
out
help us
there,
out,
run out
like
of water. Oh, exactly. There's definitely ways that we can, be good stewards of our planet and still, not have to sacrifice our way of life.
yes.
It's
Just
just
like you said, stewards, good stewards of our
right.
planet. That's
Right.
just what we have to do.
Yep. So, and it's certainly possible. We definitely have the capability of doing it. It's just a matter of like, can we have the right
Can we do it?
incentive?
It's not us. It's like
Yeah.
can the powers
Yes.
from like the governments come together and actually do it? Like
Right.
man.
Without turning into a totalitarian nightmare.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, that's so no, no, that's the truth though, like to be honest,
I
just
won't get political. I've made myself a promise. I should just not do that. It just can't be good.
I'm popping Twitter up so I can bust
Cool.
everybody, getting it all ready.
I'm excited, man.
Me too, man. This is fun.
Yeah. I know, like you just started your channel, right? Like a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
like almost
Yeah.
a month ago. I want to say.
Yeah. Because that was right when I kind of got on Twitter, I think. Because I got on like June. So, I mean, it was middle of June. So, like a little over a month now. And man, it's like it's just really cool. Like this community is awesome. And it's fun to be here. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna start it up right now.
cool.
I gotta see. Man, it's gonna be some fun stuff.
Hell yeah.
We should be going, man.
All right.
Yeah. I just tweeted it out too. So let's see when everybody's on. There's a lag from here to YouTube. So
Oh,
weird. It's weird.
yeah, that makes
You
sense.
know,
Makes sense. Technology
we
just
got Tboone up in this place. Tyler
what's up
Boone from Atlanta. Are you
from
from
Atlanta.
Atlanta? I see
Well,
that, man.
it seems like everything in Georgia is Atlanta. I mean, it's just kind of, I'm in Kennesaw, but I mean, to someone in Hawaii, Atlanta, makes more sense. So, all right. But yeah, so here in Atlanta, and I went to school at Tech, which is in Atlanta. So I actually lived in the city for 5 years plus. And as soon as my girlfriend graduated, she's a year younger than me. So as soon as
No
she
way.
graduated, it was like, okay, let's get out of here because we just did not like the city. It's a great city. It's beautiful. I mean, I don't have any problems with that, but it's just, we're just not city people, man. Like
Hey,
I
you
would
gotta,
much rather
if
just
you're
have
not city folk, man, you gotta go where you feel is
yeah,
best for you. No
yeah.
matter, man.
I mean, there's just, and it kind of went downhill, I think, a little bit in the last few years. I mean, it's just the things that they're doing, man. It's just not, it's not good. There's a lot of other things about the city are really exciting. Like there's a lot of innovation coming to the city, like especially around Georgia Tech. There's a lot of companies like opening up their headquarters right next to campus and trying to hire out of the graduate pool, which is really exciting. But in other ways, it's like crime's going up, and there's a lot of things kind of like sketchy about it. So it's what it is.
I know, man. Like, yeah, sometimes you have to like, um, you have to move away from where you're at to realize, just to realize and grow.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely the kind of person that would much rather have a plot of land somewhere and just homestead. That's me. It's like I don't really need to be around all the conveniences. That's
Yeah.
just my personal preference. But anyway, but yeah, man.
For
So
me
here
too,
we
man.
are.
Like, I lived in the city in Oahu.
Yeah.
I grew up country. I lived all over. I lived in like foster homes and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
I grew up in different aspects of, just life. Learned from a few people,
Yep.
like, but when you move out of your comfort zone and from where you're at for a long time,
I agree.
you tend to see things differently
I think
in
so.
life. Just doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
Just life itself and what you go through, you see things differently, either positive or negative. For me, I rather look at things positively. That's just me, like,
Right.
yeah. So I'm trying to retweet this out to the same time.
Well, I might do the same actually, just
Yeah, I just did a
get it out
fast one
there.
and got stuck in talking story with you, man. See, I'm a very social person.
Yeah.
Like, I just love talking with people, getting to know people, connecting other people. Who knows what goes on in this,
Yeah. And you never know what you're going to find out too. It's kind of interesting because like everyone has their own background and story and experience and everything and perspective. And sometimes
Yeah.
it's really important to just kind of sit back and listen and just kind of get a better idea of like what other people think about certain things. And man, just doing that can really improve your life in so many ways that you might not expect, which is really cool. And I feel like not enough people do that, honestly, these days. It's
Oh no,
so
yeah.
connected with social media and stuff, but we're so disconnected from each other, and which is sad. I mean,
That's why I started this.
Yeah,
Started wanting to interview and just have people show up online, and just talk
yeah,
story like this and
yeah. Like we're
get
still
to know
human
the
beings.
people yeah,
Mhm.
connect the people in the community. Because it's not just like, yeah, we talk story with inside the Twitter feed, Discord chat or wherever, but it's different when you can see the person's face,
Right.
you know
It's a whole
not
different.
just get to know what that person thinks of crypto, but also see the views of the outside world in your eyes, in my eyes, just point of views of other people's minds gives you a better idea of how you make decisions in your life. Who knows?
Right.
That's just like that's just me, man. Like I
No, it's
just
true. Yeah, and you had mentioned comfort zone earlier. I think that's a really important point, and that kind of extends beyond just kind of like the social aspect, but just with everything. I mean, if you do something that scares the hell out of you, but you do it, or you go to the gym when you don't want to in the morning, you get up.
oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's just everything, like literally everything. You'll be better off for doing it.
How you
Jumping
doing,
out of that.
crypto crazy? Thanks for stopping by.
Hey,
Hopes
Crypto,
all is well with you.
he was my first customer, so shout out to you, man.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was cool. So
I was trying to
thank
figure
you.
it out how to order because like I'm new to all that online buying stuff. My wife is usually the one that buys everything online.
Really.
Yeah, so
Well, it's pretty straightforward, I would think. Especially when you're paying crypto, that's even easier.
yeah.
I know, the prices are way too low to buy right now, but of course, as a seller, it's like, please.
Yeah, so your business and like what got you in like you guys into getting into doing that sort of business?
Yeah. So Boone Rings, is my dad's business. So
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
and it started out actually as Boone Technologies, which is still a company to this day. Boone Rings is kind of a subsidiary of Boone
oh no way.
Technologies. Yeah, and Boone Technologies is a bike parts company. So we used to make cogs and chain rings and cranks for bikes. And he started that company back in 1992. And at the time, I wasn't even born yet. I was born in 96.
Oh no
Um,
way. Oh
yeah,
wait. For real, man?
yeah.
Right on. Hey, right on. I'm born 88.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
You're the
Gotcha.
dragon.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what my year was. I think it was like the Brad or something. So I don't, associate with
you
that.
associate with that.
It's like, okay, if it was a dragon or something, it'd be different. But anyway, yeah. So it started out as bike parts shop or business, and he started selling to bike shops. And so that kind of, once the word got out, he was making stuff out of titanium. At the time, he had another job, so like he was doing that, and then this, overtime, like when he got home from work, he would just kind of like start the machines up and like start making parts. And that's kind of how he started. And then eventually, of course, the business got to the point where he could quit his job comfortably and do that full time. And so he did that. And it grew and grew and grew because he was making these parts out of titanium that were lighter than anything else in the market. So he'd have
How's it going, Alejandro? How are
yo,
you, man? Thanks for stopping by.
thank you. But anyway, so he would have these cog sets, which are those gears on the back tire for
Yeah.
and he'd have a set of cogs that would weigh less than one cog of the competitor. So he would have a stand that he would bring to like a bike show or something, and you'd have his whole set of cogs and then their cog, and it would be lighter. So it would just show on the pendulum.
That's great. You know what I mean? For be able to do that.
Yeah.
And at that time, that's innovating. You know,
Exactly.
that's like.
And so he would like handwrite all of his code for the machines and like make these really intricate parts that were really difficult to do at the time. And so anyway, he had these really cool parts, and people would line up, 30 people deep to get to the booth to like buy stuff, and he says to this day, he never forgets days like that, where you're at the show and people
Mega Man.
your
Oh,
autograph and all
of
that.
course.
It's
Those
just,
days is like something and memories that he gonna cherish for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
We all have those days that we gonna remember, that when we cherish,
for
like,
sure.
I remember when I proposed to my wife. That's one of those days that I'm gonna remember.
Oh,
well, it's funny because my daughter kind of spoiled it because she was getting scolding. Yeah, my wife was scolding my daughter. My oldest at that time, she was just the only one.
Yeah.
She was scolding. My wife was scolding my daughter, and then my daughter blurts out, "Why are you so mad all the time? Just open dad's ring present to you," and stuff like that. I was like, oh, but that's all right. But I still, that's like memories like that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
How long ago was that, by the way?
Huh?
How many years?
Oh, we've been married since 2016.
Okay, congratulations.
And before that, we were together since I think what was it? 2010,
Wow,
2011. We were together for quite some time before we got married.
gotcha.
Then we had
Cool.
our daughter. And
Yep.
then I always wanted to propose to her, but I wanted to get
Do
the
it.
okay from the mom, the dad, the
Yep.
grandpa,
Yep.
the
Yep.
family, like that's just me.
Or- Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it was important to me to let the family know that I was proposing
Yeah,
when we're gonna propose to their daughter, their sister,
right.
their great granddaughter, their niece, their nephew, and every single one of her family members gave me their blessings. The only one that I had the hardest time with was the grandpa.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
the grandpa, man, like I love him to death. But
Well,
when the day he gave me his blessing, I was like, it hit me so hard that I was like, man,
done deal.
like, yeah. And then after that, then I planned the proposal.
Well,
So
congrats again, man. That's cool. 5 years
that
is
was
no
just
joke.
me. Yeah.
No joke. So, well, awesome.
So talking about Boone rings and your dad and
Yeah,
whatnot. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Continue,
like,
continue.
yeah. So he'd go to these bike shows. Everybody was really excited about it. He would have these Olympians actually sit at the booth with him and sign autographs while he was selling bike parts. Like Greg LeMond, for example, he would
Oh,
come
yeah, yeah.
sit at the booth with my dad, and like there'd be so many people there that like they couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom the whole time because they were
They
just
weren't expecting
yeah,
the being
yeah,
busy.
yep. And during these shows, he would have, well, so when he was making these bike parts, he'd have some scrap material left over, some scrap titanium. So what he did is he made these little like rings out of them, and he would
Oh,
sell them at the show for like 15, 20 bucks, and no matter how many he made, he would sell out every single time. Like he would come back with twice as many the next show, sell out, twice as many, sell out. And he was like, what is going on? Like people really like these titanium rings, and it's like a lot less material. One of his friends told him, it's like, you need to just like make a product line of rings out of titanium, have a few different options, and sell them for like, quadruple what you're charging now. And then people will associate these things with something of real value because people want to spend money on jewelry. They don't want to buy some cheap thing from China. They want to buy, a real like valuable handmade thing from America. It's like you can charge more for that, right? People
from
pay.
somebody that is making it makes a
Yeah,
difference. Like
it is.
that's what
It
I
is.
love, like about like buying products
Right.
from people instead of big corporates. Like
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
just
You're supporting the
like
small guy.
I'm trying to like tell people when you buy stuff from corporate owned businesses, big businesses, the money doesn't flow within your community.
No,
It
it
does
doesn't.
not. It
No.
flows within their community.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you don't go shopping there. By all means, go. But there's things that you can do to help your community within your community by just shopping around, like
Yeah.
getting gifts. You don't have to go to the big stores for get gifts
Right.
for parties and whatnot.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
to me, like I farm stuff too, so we hardly buy produce at
Dude,
the
that's the
stores.
dream,
We
man.
grow, yeah.
I
I
want to
teach
do
my
that.
daughter guys how to plant.
Yep.
Like we plant lettuce, tomatoes, carrots. I had a hard time, man. Carrots are super hard. Like
Really?
the tops were like super monstrous, like it was super big, the green part, but underneath they will come like super small. I'm like, what the hell are we doing wrong? But
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
couldn't
don't know.
tell
Who
you.
knows?
I'm a city boy, so I have no idea. But I definitely want to get into that. Like have a greenhouse, like grow my own produce, maybe even herbs. I mean,
Oh
like
no, yeah, like
yeah,
basil. I grew
yeah,
basil,
yeah.
thyme, rosemary. Basil's good
Maybe we
for
should,
mosquitoes, to keep mosquitoes away. Like where I
wait, what
live, we have a
mosquitoes
shit
what?
ton of mosquito. Yeah. So when the flower blooms
Of what
on the
plant though?
basil,
Oh,
huh?
basil,
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 yeah,
yeah.
basil. Even mint too. If you grow like
Huh,
mint.
dude.
my neighbor has gave me couple mint plants. So I have a regular mint and then one called chocolate mint. Crazy. So it
Yeah,
actually really smells like chocolate and mint.
really.
No, yeah,
Whoa,
it's weird.
that is
Weirdest
weird.
thing ever. But
Ah, yeah,
that's
dude,
nature for you, man.
we have a pretty huge mosquito problem in Georgia, man. It's humid as hell out here, and like those things are, and also the shop here, like there must be some kind of like little
Stagnant
uh
water somewhere.
stagnant water like outside of the
Yeah.
air, because there are so many of them, man. In the summertime, like you walk to your car in the parking lot, and if you don't run, you're gonna get like three or four bites. It's terrible. It's
So yeah, if you have a problem with that where you live, just grow some basil and
God,
some
dude, we
herb
gotta just
plants in
plant some
pots.
basil
Yeah.
everywhere.
Just
Yeah,
put it in pots and keep them by your window
yeah.
or
Well,
something in your room.
my parents used to have a mosquito misting system
Oh, I saw.
at
It's
the old
crazy.
house, and
Yeah.
it was crazy because it was just I think it was chrysanthemum petals that were just pulverized and mixed with water. That was it, and it would just spray it out all over the yard, and then you had these little nozzles just all over the fence and stuff. We had a pool back there, and so you'd spray it every half hour, and man, it
That's
worked.
how
It
I
worked.
don't have fancy stuff like that. We
No,
just
I mean, yeah, like
we just planted it. Oh no, but
basil's a lot easier.
it's not. I like you. What you explaining? It seems like really pretty
It was nice.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but uh, so the bike parts. He'd go to these shows, right, and he'd have all these people there. He would sell the rings. They sold out every time. So his friend told him, make these rings a lot more expensive. Open up a separate site. Just go ahead and sell them and charge a lot more for them and see what happens. And he's like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, they're not. It's really cheap material, whatever. And he's like, no, trust me, just do it. So he did. He charged what his friend told him to, and he tripled his sales, just
Oh,
straight up by doing that. I mean, it was crazy. And so he was like, okay, like,
like for real? Like I
yeah.
should have been doing
So
this a little while
you
ago.
should have been doing it a long time. Yeah. So anyway, he at the kind of around the same time, I think it was around 1995, 96, somewhere around there, is when you had some of these big players in the bike industry come on board that were like outsourcing a lot of their work overseas. And so they were able to charge, for a whole set of cogs, what, my dad was charging for like one cog. And it was the
Yeah.
same material. It's like you can't even get the sheet, like
It's
the
like what you just said. They were outsourcing,
yes.
and
And so they really
it's
just
just
priced them
yeah.
out. The quality was still good, which was hard because it's like the stuff worked. It was cheaper. I mean, it was the right.
Lighter. A
Yeah.
lot of these bike riders, especially the ones that compete,
Oh
they
yeah.
like their bike to be the lightest as they
Yeah.
can.
Grams matter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So that's why a lot of people like titanium parts, because they've got the durability of stainless steel, but they're about
but
60% of the
yeah.
weight. So it's, if you have a titanium chainring versus, because you can make a chainring out of aluminum or something, it'd be lighter, but man, those teeth are gonna break within.
So when did you get into the picture of
Yeah.
doing that
So
business?
right. So
Joining that?
like I've been kind of I grew up around the
Oh yeah,
obviously. So because he used to have
since
a shop in the basement of
before
the house.
you was even born,
Literally,
you
yeah.
grew
So
up
like
doing it.
I grew up in it. And ever since I was in elementary school, I think I think it was like fourth, fifth grade, something like that. My dad taught me how to use CAD, like designing things on the computer. And so like I, learned how to think in
Yeah,
terms of
man,
like designing. I
it's
learned
in
how
your
to.
blood.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because he would always teach me from a young age, like, okay, if as long as you can design something that, well, okay. So first of all, it's like you find a problem people have, or a desire that they want fulfilled, and then as long as you can design something and then turn that design into a real product, and then you can make a website online and then sell it and collect money over the internet, you will always have a job, no matter
Oh
what.
yeah.
No matter what happens, like you will always have a job. And that just really stuck with me. And he told me that in elementary school. And I remember that to this day because like
In
I,
LA,
yeah,
it's like kids, man. Kids stick to stuff
they
that
remember,
they're told at a young age,
they remember.
especially if it's something that you make it impactful.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Well,
I'm like my dad had me go to schools to like we used to be like guest speakers for some of these troubled kids, like our lifestyle wasn't my lifestyle wasn't too beautiful growing up
Right.
as a young kid, like
Yep.
just when I moved to Maui in 20 when it was 2008, I think was. I
Yeah.
forget when I did. But before that, I never had no connections with my dad for like years because
Uh,
of he was in prison and whatnot. But he
wow.
was out for a long time. But he was the one that kind of helped me turned me around after all that mess ups and haps. So we used to go talk to help these kids to let them know that is just because what you're going through right now doesn't determine what you'll become in the future. You
Yeah.
can change, but
Yeah.
it's the choices you gotta make.
That's huge, man. It's so important for people, especially young, impressionable kids, to realize
Yeah.
that
And when
message.
you impact kids at that young of an age,
Yep.
it sticks with them, and you give them a vision of what you can actually do.
Yep.
Especially seeing someone coming from their place, from where they live, you know, like someone from a young kid from where you from would
Yeah.
see you doing what you do. It may not look big to you, but to them it could look like something that would be like, oh, I can
Yeah.
achieve what this guy achieves, but are even greater.
Right.
So
It's
when your dad told you that, he had that impression, especially because he was your dad,
uh, yep.
and that
Yeah.
impression sticks with you. And it, like, I had uncles that tell me stuff that I still learn, know, and still today I tell my daughter, guys, man, it's crazy.
Right. Yeah. No, and it matters. Like kids, like you said, they remember, and like I feel like a lot of kids are a lot smarter than the adults in the room like to admit. They're kind of it's like kids are supposed to just be quiet, sit in the corner, and not
Oh yeah, but no,
disrupt
there.
anything. But it's like no, they understand. So anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he told me that, and I just remember because I had a Georgia Tech hat back when I was in like second grade, and I would wear it to school, and my teacher was like, you're in second grade, like, isn't it a bit early to be thinking about college?
You're
I
in
was like,
second
no.
grade, son. Stay a kid for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I want to go to college at Tech, and I want to be an engineer. And like I knew, like all the way back then, a lot of my friends at the time didn't even know what an engineer was, and so like it was definitely because of growing up around that environment and just kind of experiencing that and seeing like the process going from an idea to a product and selling it and making money. Like that was so cool to me. I
I
was like,
like that.
oh,
I like that. Like for
yeah,
me to like, I'm a jack of all trades. I love to see the process of things.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
building one house, man. It is not easy as it sounds. Building one house. You
no.
gotta make sure the ground is leveled. You
Yeah.
gotta make sure the foundation is strong.
Yeah, all these things.
Then you got the framing, you got the plumbing, you got the man.
Dude, it's
The
a lot.
process of things is crazy. Just
It
like
is.
with making gifts and coding and overlaying, and even with anything, all that, man, is crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that about how like you love the process of things because like when I was growing up, How It's Made was my
I love that show.
favorite show.
How
Like
it's made. Yeah.
I it would be like when it came on the weekends or whatever, I would see it's like, dang it, I already saw this episode. Like,
Like, when are you guys coming out with new
yeah.
ones? Like,
And
can
they
I
have like
email
50,
you guys some suggestions or what? That
like
I like how it's made. Mythbusters was one of them I
oh
used to
yeah.
love watching. Like, I
Yep.
love watching all that and all like the history stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that all that used to always pique my interest. Also, anime. I'm a big, if you know already, I'm an anime fan.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
busting out that Naruto freaking
Yeah, yeah, same.
gifts and
Me too.
whatnot.
Those Matt
Now, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z with my dad.
me too.
Dragon Ball with my dad growing
Oh,
up.
okay. Yeah, that was OG, man. That was
Yeah,
OG.
yeah, that was before shit hit the wall, but yeah, I
Yeah,
used to watch Dragon Ball Z.
yeah.
Uh,
Man, back
I
in
was
the day,
always around that.
there were so many good ones. Like Cartoon Network back when it was
Oh, I
good.
remember Cartoon
Oh,
Man.
oh,
Yeah.
like every Saturday, I would just have a bowl of cereal in the morning and just turn it on and just
Oh,
sit there.
Crypto Boy too, anime fan.
Nice,
Yee.
nice.
Man, yeah. Oh, two time. Yeah. Man, I miss the old days, man. Like,
Yeah, it was things were simpler back
yeah.
then, right? I mean, it just
I always tell my daughter, guys, growing up, like no matter what time of day or night, I was able to just take my bike, go to your godfather's house, my cousin's house, go pick him up, and we go ride bike to like the store. They were like, if it was kids.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays
Yeah.
I'm iffy. Even in
No, dude.
Hawaii, man, it's
I don't
crazy,
blame you.
man.
I don't blame you at all. I'm scared to even have kids. Like, to be honest, it's just like, ooh, it's crazy out there. So,
It is.
it's
But they're
crazy
our
out there.
future, man. That's why
They
we have
are.
to
No,
teach
you're
the
right.
young ones
You're right.
to do what's right. You know, to show them the world. It ain't a nice place, but it can be.
It can be,
You know,
especially
no
too.
matter how positive you are, there's
Yep.
still negative, and no matter how you see the dark, there's always light. There's all you know. There's vice
Yeah.
versa. You know, you
No,
got to be able
exactly.
to
No, right.
flip
I mean, it's.
the situations.
I think a lot of people get really discouraged when they kind of see the state of the world and they think that everything's bad. But you're
Yeah,
right. Like for every like yin and yang, there's always the
yeah.
opposite side. It might not be as obvious because it's not shown in front of you on
Now
purpose.
you're right, Mega Man. Like Mega Man just said, like, dude, it's so weird. Like, there's no TV anymore, no more Cartoon Network. Yeah, that's true. It's like everything's like streamed. But you know what's
Yeah,
crazy? My daughter, my oldest daughter, she loves anime too. So I watch like that new high school one. I forget what it's called now.
I have no idea.
I forget now, but she also likes to watch like old school cartoons. Like I remember Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh yeah,
She's well, like when she was younger, she used to watch Rocco's Modern Life, Rugrats. Yeah,
that's
those old ones, man, so funny.
yeah. Then SpongeBob back in the day, man,
Yeah, SpongeBob.
that's iconic.
Now my youngest one is like all Coco Melon. She sings all the songs. So funny. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Just how things just change from how
Right.
we grew up
Mhm.
and but like in our era, we started to grow up during technological switch of things.
Yeah.
Like gaming started to boom. I grew up during Sega
Yeah.
Genesis, Super
Uh,
Nintendo,
yeah.
and then N64, Dreamcast came out, then the PlayStation came out.
Yep.
Man,
Mhm.
me and my cousin used to be up late nights
Oh yeah.
to 3 in the morning jamming.
Yep.
Like
Same.
all
Yeah,
the time.
we had a 60. Well, my cousins had a Nintendo 64, and man, like whenever I went up there, it was
Double O
Mario Kart
Seven
all night.
or Mario Kart, we'd be slapping each other with them green and red shells.
Yep. Oh man, those were the days.
Ren
But
and
yeah,
Stimpy, yep, Cat Crypto Boy, yep, Ren and Stimpy. That was one of mine I used to watch growing up too,
yeah.
you know.
But yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
Angry Beaver, Cat Dog. Yeah, that
That
yeah. You guys
also,
have a cat dog.
do you
Cat
remember the
dog.
Kids Next Door? Do you remember that show?
Yeah, the kids next door. And
That was
that
nostalgic.
was dope. That
Teen
was dope.
Titans. Teen
Team
Titans.
Titans, yeah.
That's another good one. I remember they had the Cartoon Network website where they had all those games you could play, and there was a
Yeah,
Teen Titans
hey, you
game.
remember that?
Oh, dude, I wasted
I used to go on
so many hours.
underground.com a lot and play games. That was old
Dude,
school.
yeah, that was awesome. There's so much on that.
There's like,
Oh,
man, yeah.
it's a black hole. You get sucked in.
I remember I used to use LimeWire to get music and burn CDs.
Yeah, man, dude, it is
Oh,
crazy
Guitar
how
Hero was a good. Oh,
yeah.
there was this one night, me and my uncles, yeah, like, man, it was so funny. I think it was like during our usually my family guys get together during Christmas and like New Year's, like between those weeks. And I remember one night, like we always drink until like 4, like I think it was 5 o'clock in the freaking morning, playing Guitar Hero, Mega Man. No
Yes.
joke. It was playing Guitar Hero, all of us so loud, smashing. That's the same night my uncle ate a cigarette. He ate a freaking cigarette. I'm like, wow, Uncle, why are you doing that? Now you're gonna be puking all over the place.
That's
But yeah,
disgusting.
that was fun, That was a fun night.
Yeah,
That was
we
fun
had
night.
Rock Band like with the drum,
Rock band,
singing
yeah.
and all that. Man, we had some nights. That was fun. And we used it so much that my guitar and my drums are broken. Like
Yeah.
you can't.
The kind
Uh,
of
yeah, right. And like the yellow button doesn't work, then the drum pad doesn't work. It's like we can't even play the game anymore.
you get a lot of joke. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Cat Crypto, yeah.
Yeah. So
You destroy a lot of computers at LimeWire.
Well, like you said before, though, I mean, it's like you're talking about how things are changing and evolving
Yeah.
so quickly, and it is true. And like the older generation, it's like you whippersnappers, like with your phone,
Yeah.
with your apps and all that,
So I
and
feel with my
your
daughters.
cryptocurrencies and stuff, and it's like you just wait, because honestly, if you have an open mind and you kind of look into what this actually is, it's going to change the world. It's
What
gonna
up, crypto foe? Thanks for stopping by, man.
yo but yeah, it's and it's like things are going to look very different in this
Oh
world.
yes.
And
Real
like,
fast too. That's crazy
yeah, real
how
fast.
the progress it came just from a few months ago.
I
It's
agree,
like
but
with
at the
Casino
same time,
Coin and the team.
yes,
Look, hey, Jax is moving to Vegas, guys.
I
What
know.
does that tell
That's
everybody?
crazy. Well, and you saw his tweet about, he said, August can be an explosive month, and he had casino and he had exchanges, hashtag, boom, boom. I was
Yeah.
like,
You
man,
know, I tweeted that out too. I was like, get people freaking highly
dude,
speculating.
highly.
Like we got a lot of that's what I love about the casino coin community. A lot of us in here is very experienced in this cryptoverse, not just
Yeah,
with cryptocurrencies, but doing research and,
right.
and
No, and
deep
well,
diving
I
and
think I think a big part of it
stuff.
is because we're now forked off or yeah, we're a trust line to the XRPL, and so a lot of the people, like, I mean, I had known about Casino Coin before the swap, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's a really cool idea. I never got into it, but I was like, it was on my radar, and I
You
was
seen
thinking,
it and you're like,
yeah,
oh
yeah, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm definitely
gambling,
gonna pick some of this
casino.
up at some point. I might spend some profits on it later or something. But man, when they announced the switch, I was like, okay, I gotta grab some. If it's on the XRPL and they have all those benefits, it's like I don't even know anything about the team, but I'm buying some right now. Like and that's what happened. Like
Yeah, then there when
bought like
a lot of people seen that and yeah, there's
yeah,
like, oh what?
yeah.
But
So like,
I was in before the swap and before the announcement of the swap. And
yep,
before I even knew it was gonna have a swap.
yeah.
I
So
just
you
like, oh,
got
casino
news.
coin. What? Let's
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna
That,
buy that shit.
so yeah, I just feel like the community is very. I mean, it's like if you're into Casino Coin, then you're into XRP, right? I mean, you can't really be in this
And
without
not
being
only that, a
in.
lot of us is
Yes, as we should be.
diverse in many,
Yeah,
many projects that's I believe we all was able to capitalize on a real good thing.
I agree.
Still early, even though some of us think we came in late,
Yeah,
we're still
it's
early.
below a cent, man. It's
Yeah, and not just with casino
oh
coin,
yeah, but with everything,
with
I agree.
everything
Yeah,
else. Like
yeah. I
the
mean, it's
crypto verse as it world as itself is
so
still not
it's not adopted yet.
known by a lot of the mass. A lot of the masses knows about it. It's not adopted yet by
Yeah, they're on the
a
sidelines.
lot of us. Yeah, it's like
They're
they're
on the
saying like
sidelines.
only like 6% of the people of the world knows about it and is
Yeah.
invested in it.
Yep.
And
That's
but
wild to
once
me.
clarity, that's why for me, I want clarity and regulation. Because once
Yep, I agree.
that happens,
Because it's
it's not
inevitable.
just gonna give other people a way of feeling safer, but bigger companies, other
Yeah.
companies to help build upon, especially with like the DAP, the Zoom wallet.
Yep.
Companies can doesn't have to restart from their own. They have something that they can build up on
Yeah,
that's
dude.
already connected to
Uh huh.
a whole bunch of freaking shit already. Already
I
had
know.
the rails is already built.
Yes.
Why build your own rails when there's one that's connecting everything
Exactly.
that you can build upon?
Exactly. And yeah, and like before we get too much further, I do want to say, like, obviously neither of us are financial advisors or anything like
Oh
that. It's
yeah, we ain't
like,
no yeah. Oh yeah, ain't no financial advice, everybody.
right.
I'm a native
Your own research.
Hawaiian in the middle of the Pacific, and I do this shit only for fun.
Like, same.
And I love
I'm,
to
I'm
talk
just
story, man.
I'm just here. I'm just enjoying the ride. But yeah, no, seriously, it's like, and I feel like this week is really exciting. This past week, and I think next week's going to be explosive. I really.
It's gonna be crazy.
I mean, seriously, like, we had the ODL news come out from Japan, and that was insane because that's not a test.
No,
That's
it's
not
live.
that's not like oh, we're gonna dip our toe in the water and see if it works. No, like they are using it
They
right
jumped
now.
off the rock like I do,
Yeah,
straight into
right.
the water.
It's like they are going for it. They're using it for their actual business, and they're solving real problems. And it's like just the corridor between Japan and the Philippines was enough to bring that price up like 10, 15 cents.
Yeah, it's big, man. It's big.
Imagine what will happen when the whole world is using this, because they will. I mean, in my opinion, like
You already know, like the market's already manipulated. The market is manipulated like crazy, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, it is.
It's just
And this Hinman deposition that happened allegedly on Monday. I mean, it wasn't public, obviously, but like,
yeah.
Something's going on, because I mean, I don't know if you saw the Jeremy Hogan video, but like, man, he thinks that the settlement is already here.
Oh yes, I believe. To me, I believe that too. But
yeah,
I just think that
we'll be hearing about
they
it.
wanted to stretch. They want to stretch it out. They're gonna stretch it out.
Yeah.
Just
yeah. No,
that's just my opinion. I don't want to get too like tinfoil hattie-ish.
Oh man, it's fine.
I like crazy research, man. Like stupid research.
Good.
I like do.
Well, that's the way to be.
Oh yeah, just because you connect. If you just gotta connect the dots.
Yeah.
Follow the money. Follow the paper trail. Follow the because it's the I grew up learning of connections. If you have the connections,
yeah, it matters.
It matters.
It's one thing if you have a product that works. It's another thing entirely if you have a product that works and you have connections.
And if you have connections.
Yeah.
And
it makes a huge difference. It's night and day. Like you can have a killer project and no one's gonna notice if you don't have the right people in your corner. And Ripple has
exactly
all the right
all the people,
everybody,
all the people.
Yeah.
Not just the people. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. No, it's absolutely insane the scale of this, what's really happening here. And to me, what's especially cool and exciting is that, this community, like the XRP community and Casino Coin as well, I think that, we get shit on just all the time by everybody because
we do.
Nobody wants XRP to blow up. Like Bitcoin maxis do not want XRP to blow
hate
up.
Us.
They do not, because if it does, then that just kind of proves them wrong on like everything they've been talking about. Because they think it's a shit coin, they think it's a scam, they think it's whatever. Like it's not really solving real problem, doesn't have utility. Bitcoin can do it with the Lightning Network, whatever. All the time. It's like, and they kind of have this narrative in their head that they built up. They are religiously
attacked. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let Kryptonian jump in.
Yeah. And they are
He's in the waiting room.
Okay. Oh yeah, let him in. Go for it. But they're
jumping Kryptonian
to this idea that they're just like completely like if you have conflicting information that will debunk anything that they have this preconceived notion of, then they will attack it. And XRP community is not like that at all. Like we're the kind of people, in my opinion, largely that do the research and they look for the base truth. They look for like what's actually happening and cut through the noise of the media. They cut through the noise of all the FUD and everything else.
Yeah.
And we act, and it's like, all that being said, it's like, this is where you land. This is one of those assets that is going to be the future. And again, not financial advice, but like genuinely, I don't see any other way. Like, I mean, it really works. It's being used, and these big institutions need it more than we want it. And there's going to be a day where, the liquidity, there's going to be a liquidity crisis, and Bitcoin can't solve that. Bitcoin can't scale to the point where it's going to actually, save the global economy from imploding. It's going to have to be something like XRP and like XLM and Algorand and a few others. There's going to be a selection of them, but man, it's going to be a wild ride. And I think
it's going to be wild.
Yeah.
Bitcoin ain't going anywhere.
No, I don't. I mean,
it's going to be here. I know, but it's going to be here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
XRP was my first one.
Really? Yeah.
I have a little one to take. A little visitor that just came. Yeah, keep talking though. Keep talking about your views, man.
No, yeah. So I agree. I think Bitcoin is. Oh, she's so adorable. No, I think Bitcoin is here to stay. I agree with that. I think that there's the name recognition of it. There's the first mover advantage, and plus there's the aspect of already having a lot of these pre-mined Bitcoins that are minted, or not minted, but rather they're stored and run on the XRP ledger now. So you can actually exchange real Bitcoins through the XRP ledger and not have to worry about all of the issues that come along with Bitcoin. So you have the transaction time, you have the instability, all the stuff. I mean, it's like with XRP, it's instant settlement, but it is through it's Bitcoin. So I mean, it's really interesting how XRP is meant to be kind of like the back end. Like it's meant to be a decentralized exchange plus a store of value plus, you know, the currency. I mean, there's so many things that it can be used for. A lot of people think about it as just a cryptocurrency, but man, it has a lot more functionality than that, especially when you think about all these things you can build on top of it, like the hooks, for example, giving it smart contract functionality where you can do virtually everything that you can do with Ethereum, but now with an asset that is so much cheaper and so much faster. And then you got Flare going on, built on top of as a fork off of this. I mean, it's absolutely wild how, you know, we're witnessing XRP just absolutely change everything. And I think too, there's going to be a lot more projects built on top of XRP going forward.
Yeah.
When people see how well Flare is doing in the future, say 3-5 years from now, Flare is just taken over. It's really becoming this decentralized finance solution where people can take out DeFi lones, they can stake, they can collect interest, they can take out
mine,
all
kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
I mean, there's insurance. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy
there's
stuff.
Mutual fund. Like,
yeah. So it's absolutely insane. And so when people see that, they're like, oh, I want to build my project on it. And so then I feel like XRP holders, if you held back in 2020, oh my God, you're going to have like 100 airdrops by the time you die. Like it is going to be insane.
Right. There's like so much airdrops, man. I can't even
airdrops on top of airdrops. And I'm like, I'm ready for it, man. That's
to be like anything free, man. Bring it. Like, bring it. Like,
and you get to participate in these new communities and kind of see. It's like, okay, you know, this thing is solving this problem, and it's going about it using the XRP ledger. And that's really, you know, that's a different way of looking at it. And hey, we get all these free tokens. Why not participate? See how it works. If we like it, if not,
hey, don't invest your own money into it. Use the ones you get for free. Like,
especially too. And Mickey B. Fresh was talking about this like a couple days ago in his video. He was saying that, you know, when people start using Flare and like when the XRP community shows that we're really engaged and we're really, you know, we do our research and we figure out how like the Flare networks works, because obviously it's very convoluted and complicated. And nonetheless, we figure it out and we use it and we're participating actively. When we show that to the world, that's going to encourage all these developers to not build on Ethereum, but to build on XRP when they build their new projects. And they're like, well, I can airdrop my tokens to all these XRP holders and they're going to actually learn it and use it. So that's my opinion and that's his opinion. And I feel like that's really believable. When we show that, like, not only do we have these tokens, but we're using them and we're growing the community and we're taking ownership of it and we're changing it, that's going to be all she wrote, man.
Corridor, like you said, from SBI to the Philippines. Dude, open.
That's the
use case for XRP.
The first domino.
And for CSC, for the casino coin, is gonna happen. And when that happens,
yeah,
all these names,
dude, man,
I'm still waiting for casino coin, bro, because I ain't going to forget it. Because there was a tweet he wanted. He did that the I remember thing, that remembering bot, whatever. So yeah, I kind of wait to just, whatever. It is what it is. I won't do that because that's just not me. I just, you know, it's in my mind. I do that to myself in my mind. I would say it.
There you go.
Like,
there you go. No, I agree. I mean, I did that thing a few weeks ago. I was like, hey, you know, I'll debate this guy, see what he's all about. And, you know, I feel like, you know, he gave me things to think about. I gave him things to think about. We didn't really have a huge fight or anything, and we ended on good terms. I was like, all right, you know, that wasn't as bad.
No, there's healthy debates.
Yeah,
and debates that don't make sense. Like, right. Why?
Yeah.
Like, why are you trying to argue a point that doesn't even make, like, it's not even a thing to be arguing about? Like, I don't like when people compare a certain crypto to another crypto, and they're both use cases like totally different.
I know. I know. Yeah, I mean, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that. I mean, it's like,
oh yeah, no matter where.
Right. there's so many of them out there, man. It's impossible to know everything. And, it's when you have these content creators out here just doing their absolute best to educate and kind of show like, okay, this one is different than this one because of this, right? This is the use case this one is after. This is what this one's after. They're a little bit different, but here's the differences, and here's what this could be, and it's like that I appreciate. I feel like that's really important when people really understand what it is that they're investing in. And by the way, I think that if you invest in anything, you should really understand at the core what it is, so that you don't freak out when there's price movement and then make emotional decisions. It's like you can fall back on your logic. It's like, why did you invest in XRP or Casino Coin originally? It's like, and have the answer to that question and remember it as you go forward. And then, as time goes on, again, you're not going to be as susceptible to, those emotional decisions when inevitably the market goes crazy, because it has been and it will continue to. And I can't pretend to know like what things are going to look like post regulation. I think that things will be probably less volatile, maybe not immediately, but probably, I don't know, like a year after, say. I think things are going to be a lot less volatile at that point than they are now. And in a way, it's like, yeah, volatility is really scary, but it's also like, if you know kind of what assets to get into, it has potential to make a tremendous amount of money that you cannot get in the stock market, and you cannot get through most any other way, pretty much any other way. Because again, like crypto is a very, very new thing. It's an entirely new asset class. And it's the first asset class that's been created since I think the 1700s, when bonds were.
That's crazy, right?
Right? So yeah, I mean, this is a momentous thing. It's changing the entire world. And I think a lot of what we're seeing happening in the world today is distractions to prevent us. And again, I don't want to get too conspiratorial, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like there's a lot of distractions happening right now to get our attention away from this shift that's happening and prevent us from escaping this rat race that we're all in.
Thanks for the love, folks. 22.
So, that's my opinion. I don't really have, substantial.
No, my opinion lines up with you too, like,
yeah.
If you do the research,
it just makes things line up. It
doesn't even have to be with crypto. Just as this, what you see with the news going on in the world, all that, you connect everything.
Yeah.
Like before I got into crypto, I have always like to know things. Like that's just me. I just like to know shit.
Me too. Ever since I was a kid, I would
I would like deep dive and like
and I was like,
not just like when I used to play football, I was like, where did these moves come from? The juke move, the spin move. Where did these guys, learn how to do this, and where they was inspired? Just like for martial arts, when I was doing my martial arts.
Oh, nice.
I love to know the history of the art, by learning all that. You get a better understanding and a better appreciation.
It makes a difference.
What you're in,
It makes a difference. I mean, back when I was in high school, I was in marching band.
No way. I had two cousins that was in the marching band.
No way.
My cousin Richer played the clarinet, and my cousin Sonny Boy played. I forgot what he played. I think he also played the clarinet.
Okay, cool. I was a trumpet player. Still am, but haven't really picked it up in a little while. But anyway, back in high school, my band director, he would, like, when we were playing a new song, he wanted to kind of, like, there would be a day of class where we wouldn't even pull the instruments out. He would just kind of give us a lecture about the history behind the song that we were playing, so that we could have a better understanding of like the context. And like at the time I was like, man, this is such a waste of time. Like if we were practicing, we would learn it. But trust me, man, like, because we sight read it the day before, then we had that lecture the day after, and then the day after that we played it again, and we hadn't rehearsed anything, and it sounded so much better because it was like we understood more about like what was actually happening. So I get that about the martial arts thing. Like it makes a difference when you know history.
Not just with that, even with crypto, understanding the project.
Yeah.
Understanding not just the project, but the people that's helped building the project.
Yep.
That makes a difference.
It does.
Like, you knowing where these people came from, the connections they have, and where the project came from, and all that makes a big difference
I agree,
of
man.
understanding.
I agree. So when I was in college, sophomore year, I think I took a Muay Thai class. And bro, I would love to get back into that. I mean, I kind of like shadow box and stuff, and I'm not, but like I want to get back into a class and like really learn it and get better. Cause man, that was some real shit going on there.
I trained Muay Thai since I was 14
Wow.
till with somebody till 18. I think I still trained like at home, just whatever I know, like I learned, and just be up on it. Boxing, but martial arts has always been in my family since before I even was born. My dad, my
Wow.
mom, all my older brothers, my older sisters, all my whole family,
Mhm.
like was into a martial arts. Even our PE teacher, we used to, my dad guy used to have training sessions in our elementary school library auditorium.
Wow.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that I loved those times. Growing up that way was bomb.
I can imagine, dude. I mean, when I was a young kid, like my parents put me into Taekwondo and I did that for a while. And I think that was definitely a good way to kind of get brought up because, I think learning that is so important.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you never know when you're going to be in a situation where you would need to know that kind of thing. And it could save your life, first of all, but it could also, I mean, when you practice it enough, it builds that discipline, and,
Yes.
and you also, because I think discipline is so important. Like, and again, like I said, I was in marching band and man, like those practices, it's like we would have to really show up and it was like, we're only as strong as our weakest link. And so we had to
Yeah.
help each other,
Team, especially when you're in a team.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
help build each other up.
Yeah. And so you had to, essentially, I mean, it wasn't a group of individuals that were, I mean, it was, but like, you were never highlighted as an individual. It was like, it was a group. And when we were all on the same page, like all the formations just matched, everything worked and the music sounded good and crisp and together. And there wasn't any, because
Yes, folks, I love that. He said he's been out of kickboxing since COVID. My little niece too, man.
Yeah.
My little niece too. My sister always sends me videos of my little niece. She loves to kickbox and train and stuff. So hopefully you get back into it, man. I love it. It's good. It's good workout.
It is.
Keeps you healthy. All around, not just like lifting weights is good, doing all that, but doing something that's a full body workout, not just muscle wise, but breathing techniques, lungs, all that. And also meditating helps.
Honestly.
Clearing your mind of all your worldly things that we're all always influenced by.
Yes.
Like the media. We are influenced creatures, one of the easiest creatures to be influenced, if not checked, if you don't check yourself.
Dude, that's
you gotta be able to check yourself and detach yourself from the world sometimes just to get back to the world.
No, I agree, man, and I'm glad you brought that up because I recently, about like a little over a year ago, I became a Christian, and that really changed my life. And like it's something that, I mean, like the whole concept of like just the world that we live in is not our home.
What up, Savant?
Everything here is kind of like a massive distraction. And we need to be very careful about where we let our what is the word, like devotions lie or whatever. Like, it's like we can't worship money. Money doesn't serve us, right? Or what, like we shouldn't serve it, rather. It can't control our lives. And so,
there's that one thing that people always say, the money is root of all evil. I don't believe that. I believe it's not the money is the root.
Right.
It's the use of the money.
Yes.
The money can be good, can be put to good use, but
agree.
It's the person's intentions using the money that makes it evil. It's the underlying
I agree with that.
cause. You know
I
what? That's just my
No, I
opinion.
agree with that a lot. And I also think that money just, it doesn't necessarily change people, but what it does is it amplifies who you are. So it's like you could be an asshole when you're poor, but nobody cares because you can't really do much when you're poor. But man, when you're rich, you can do a lot. You can do a lot of bad things. But when you're good at heart and you have good intentions and
I
you want
love money too, man. So I'm not saying money bad, man. Give it all
to,
to me. I take all
yeah,
the tips. No,
you're
but just like
getting
what you
left
said,
and right.
Tboone. Just like what you said.
Yeah.
It's I lost my train of thought, man. We have a celebrity
Well,
in
it
house.
amplifies. But
Yes,
yeah,
it
no,
amplifies your the way you
yeah,
feel, the way
yeah.
you out. Like if you're gonna be negative, it's gonna amplify your negative.
hmm
You know,
No,
like
no, seriously, and like because my girlfriend and I had a lot of talks about crypto, about money, about okay, if this actually works, if our lives change, like how are we going to be different? Like we need to know now before it even happens. We need to be aware of like what we're gonna do, and we need to be aware of like exactly how we're gonna do it. And
just
like
like
it
what you said,
changes
what you're
people.
doing right now is the first step.
Yes,
Just
and
putting
so
it in your mind,
and I
being aware.
highly encourage every single one of you listening to really think about this and be serious about it. Because I know a lot of it's going to be so tempting to just go out and buy a Lamborghini or something. If you have life changing wealth, you're going to just blow it. And I really strongly encourage you to think about what you're going to do. Okay. Because like you have so much potential and capacity to really change the world and do things that can help others. Because if XRP blows up, it's going to be because the system collapsed. I mean, that's really just the base truth, in my opinion, because like this is a solution to a problem that hasn't happened yet. The problem is going to happen. It's going to be engineered. It's going to be created, and then they're going to roll in the solution. And it's like, here you go. Here's the thing that's going to solve the liquidity crisis, and we won't have to just live as indentured servants for the rest of our lives, right? So I
I'm
a
sorry,
lot of people,
Kryptonian. A Kryptonian has a question. I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
it.
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
says, I know he was trying to get on top the Zoom. I'm sorry, bro. But
Mhm.
his question is vision for the future with your business. What got you into crypto? What are the ratio of crypto versus fiat business? Does crypto help keep your business lean?
Yeah, wow, great question. Um, so I think one of the first parts of that was what got me into crypto, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for me, I think like most people here, it was around 2017. Um, I saw what happened with Bitcoin. I was really excited about it. I was like, oh my God. My roommate at Tech and I were like, we're really close. And, he and I were just talking about it all the time. I think I threw like $100 in there to see what would happen. And, it was just a wild ride, just watching the price. And then, of course, then it crashed. We went into the bear market, and he's like, okay, I guess it's over. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, and so that's when I kind of started looking into crypto more. Um, and it actually wasn't until 2019 when I think it was maybe it was 2020, 2019 to 2020. Um, there was this business partner that we were working with because I was actually part of a startup like when I graduated from tech.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, I can tell you about that in a minute. But um, so so anyway, well, essentially what we were doing is we were building this device that would go on the back of a tractor trailer that would be this aerodynamic attachment and it would reduce the drag on the vehicle and save money on fuel. But it was automated,
Oh
so
wow.
the drivers wouldn't need to actually worry about opening it.
I didn't even know that was a problem.
Yeah. So like, I mean, drag. I mean, obviously, it's like the back of a truck is really aerodynamically inefficient. It's like just a big brick, and so
Yeah, they're re-bringing up yeah, guys, it is crazy that Jax is moving to Vegas.
it
We
is
were
crazy.
talking about that earlier, and
Yeah,
man,
yeah. So
the
anyway,
potentials.
so there was this business partner I met when we were doing the project. He was a fleet owner. He had a lot of trucks in his fleet, and he told me about XRP because we started to get closer. And
Oh
I was like,
wow.
and he was like, dude, have you heard about this? And I was like, I've heard of it, but like I don't really know much about it. Like, what is it? And he's like, well, I really think there's a lot of potential here, and like I'm really excited about it, and like you should definitely check it out. Like I won't tell you all about it. Like just do your research and you'll find your way. And I was like, okay, sure. And so sure enough, I did. And then, a couple months later, I was the one calling him, telling him, dude, did you hear about what happened with this, with
Oh
XRP?
yeah,
Like,
oh
blah, blah, blah.
what?
Brad Garlinghouse
Yeah.
said this, David Schwartz. And he was like, no, like, I haven't been paying attention to it because I'm so busy. And I'm like, well, and so
That's
anyway.
how I was with my cousin, man. Like I was blowing him up with different news, and we was doing it to each other, But he was the one when he
Yeah,
told
yeah, yeah.
me he the one that gifted me that $100 worth of XRP at that time,
Nice.
and
Man,
I
that's
was like, that's when it like the switch went bing, and that was it. I was like full
yep,
blown. Like
yep,
I messaged you. I sold my Xbox, my
yep.
PlayStation. I
That
bought me a
dude, I don't
computer,
blame you at
couple
all.
screens.
I don't
Made
blame
sure I
you at
had
all.
my desk. Like I went full
Yeah.
blown, like day and night, learning how to trade, understanding it. Then learn that I'm not a freaking trader.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be an optimistic one and take positions where I know I will be able to make the best gains.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same.
And
I'm in the
if I
same.
don't have to make trades every day and still gain, I'm winning.
Yeah, I would
I'm
like to be a
winning.
trader at some point, but that's probably post profit taking at the end of this cycle.
No, like I can. It's just to me,
No,
it's
I
not
get
doesn't
that
fit. It doesn't fit my life at the moment.
for sure.
Like it doesn't fit
Yeah,
my
it
lifestyle.
takes up a lot of time. But
Yeah.
anyway,
It took up a freaking shit ton of my time. I
dude,
did
and
gain
it doesn't
money and
stop at night.
experience, but yeah.
Yeah, day, night doesn't matter. I mean, you always have to look at those charts and set those targets, and I mean, it's a lot. But I
Yeah,
mean,
it is a lot, man. It's fun.
if
I loved it. I
you know what
still
you're
love
doing,
it,
you make a
man. I
lot of
love
money.
it like to death. I still look at charts, of course. I'm a TA by just that. I love doing that, man.
Yeah,
Just
but
being
so
able to hey, you have a good day too or good night where you at, folks. No, thanks for stopping by.
yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for everybody for stopping by and showing love, man.
But also to finish the question, so about the business side of things. So like, so I got into crypto about that time. Got into XRP towards the end of like mid 2020, somewhere around there. So I mean, it wasn't even that long ago.
No,
But like when I figured it out, I went. I mean, I was all in. Like I didn't
that
have
was it.
anything else. I didn't have anything else, man. Like I didn't care about Bitcoin. I didn't care about Ethereum. I didn't care about pretty much anything else. And then I got into XLM. I got into Algo. I got into a few other things, casino
Then you
coins, of
see a
course.
whole bunch of other coins that has like major potential and
Oh,
major
like Quant, dude. I'm so pissed I missed
quant.
Quant.
I'm stoked on quant, man. I made some profits.
Nice. Well, that's
Been
good.
able to,
I'm happy. I'm happy for
build.
everyone that's in it. But
Yeah, man. Like even H bar, even DAG,
yeah,
a lot of DAG holders. There's just so much that us regular people can just
yeah,
build off of and
oh yeah,
grow.
yeah. And for me,
You
I'm
know how
like,
easy it is for us to even invest? Before, like
oh,
5 years ago,
dude, yeah. Like
6 years ago, it was hard.
it was hard for sure.
Super hard.
So yeah, so anyway, I'm just kind of like sitting here in my lane. I know my coins. Like every single coin I have, I know what the fuck's going on with them. I'm very, I'm aware of what I'm in. I'm not emotional. I'm not like jumping off the ship when I'm, feeling scared. I did do that though. I will say I got into Filecoin because Greg Kidd said to get into it, and then it like dumped, and I was like, oh my god, and I got out of it, and I was like, I can't make any more emotional decisions. Like I
Yeah.
need to just stay in my lane and
Oh
just
no,
forget.
I remember
You know,
making emotional decisions,
yeah,
getting like
because I just
screwed.
got into it too fast. I didn't really even understand what it was. I mean, I'll probably buy some at some point, but like,
You get screwed not just financially but mentally.
yeah. So I was like, okay, no, I just got to stick to my XLM, my XRP, and all that, and I'll be fine. Like I'm not going to chase the green candles. I'll just wait for my turn and just call it a day. But anyway, so with the business, so I started kind of working for my dad kind of full time like about a year ago. And so far it's been really fun because I've been helping him just kind of like, improve some of the processes and like make things faster. We also revived the bike business because he stopped the bike business back in like
Oh, no
97.
way, man. That's
Yeah.
so
And so we
man, proud
just
of you
got back.
guys.
Yeah. So we just got
Man,
back
that's
into making bike
bomb.
parts like this year. And people have been just Like we grew to over almost 2,000 followers on the bike page on Instagram within a few months. So people are really excited about it. They know who we are still. Like we've been getting
especially like clients and partners that your dad grew up from way back when
yeah,
you're telling us about it.
yeah.
Even
No,
from
we
then, they
bring
don't
in
forget, man. They don't
no,
forget the quality parts and the relationships
yeah,
you build. Those connections will always be there.
right.
And once they
Really,
find out you guys got back into the game, of
yeah.
course, there's like,
And
oh,
dude, it spread like
you're jumping
wildfire.
back on ship, guys. Look who's back in business.
Yeah.
Like
On our
that,
website.
man.
Yeah, I put on our website, Boone is back, and made a big deal about it. And people are like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I'm so, and then they're telling all their friends and stuff. So anyway, it's been fun. And like, we used to be in 53 countries around the world. We
Oh, no
sold to
way.
every continent. We sold to every single
Oh,
continent on the
wow.
planet except for Antarctica. Actually, I think he sold
Except for Antarctica.
he sold a ring to Antarctica. I'm not even kidding. So we all the continents, which is crazy.
And that's part of you guys' business, man. So that counts.
Yeah, it does. It does. So yeah. But anyway, so I'm here. I'm trying to help, kind of improve the process, and like I'm finishing all the bike parts and stuff, and kind of helping him with the labor side of things, and then eventually like can help him scale the business, assuming that we can integrate crypto with our business model and really like
So
leverage
you guys did,
So
man.
say that again.
It's you guys did. It's integrated.
Oh yeah. So right, and like what's really exciting about that is because, like I said, I've been into crypto really since 2017. I've been interested and aware about it for that long. Maybe a little bit before that, I knew about it in high school, but didn't really like have any interest of doing anything with it because I thought it was just fake money. Um, Hindsight, oh my god, I wish I'd just dumped $1,000 into Bitcoin when I was in high school, but oh well. Um, but anyway, so here we are, and like I've been sitting on the sidelines in crypto, just kind of consuming content on YouTube for a long time, and like researching and doing my due diligence and stuff. Um, but again, like I was just sitting on the sidelines. I wasn't creating content. I wasn't out there.
You wasn't applying what you
I
was
wasn't applying
learning.
what I was learning
Yeah.
anything. And so I was like, man, I feel like I have all this potential, but I'm not really doing anything with it. So I was like, like when I found out about Casino Coin, I got all excited about it, and that's when I made that keychain. It was like a little over a month ago. I made a keychain. I put it on my backpack, and I was like, and I just made it for me because I was like, this is cool. I want one. When I bring it around, I'll just tell everybody about Casino Coin when they ask about it. And so I posted about that on Twitter, and then a few people from the Casino Coin community saw it because I used the right hashtags, and they were like, "Where do I buy that? Like, I want one." And
Oh yes, I was one of
"Well,
them. I was one of them.
yeah,
I
you were
remember
one of
when
them.
I seen
Yep,
yeah, like crypto crazy when I seen
yep,
him retweet that. But
yeah. And he
before
was,
that, I remember I was already following you before you reposted that maybe before you made that tweet. I was like, that shit is dope. I want one. Just
yeah,
like
and
with this hat when he posted this hat,
yep, yeah.
other guy. Yeah, I'm like, I want that hat.
Right.
I'm gonna go get me I gotta go on top of their merch store and get me some shirts.
Yeah,
I
dude.
need some shirts.
Yeah,
That's what I need.
exactly. So
I want that freaking the one you just posted up this morning, man. That was dope.
I
I like the thick one.
I know, dude. The thick ones are so freaking cool. Like, I was really happy when someone ordered that because I was like, I've been wanting to make one. I just didn't want to waste all the material if no one's gonna buy it.
That's some material. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Material.
Dude,
Oh,
you can't find titanium anywhere either. It's
and
really
it's
hard to find.
expensive to
It's
get
expensive as
by the
hell.
bulk.
And like
Because it's by weight too now.
I know.
Even though it's light and you got to get them by the bulk, it's still.
I don't know what we're gonna do if titanium triples in price. I got to tell you, it's gonna be really hard. Um, but anyway, so like
We should invest in titanium.
we should invest in tokenized titanium. Do it.
Okay, nice. Tokenized titanium, guys.
Someone get on that.
Chris, if you're out there, you probably have an idea, yeah. How we can integrate with Boone's technology, Boone's company and the floating casinos and whatnot.
Oh my god. But
Yeah, and I love I love the community, man. There's so much,
it's
so much
fantastic.
different
But anyway,
individuals.
so yeah, I posted about it. I posted about the keychain. People wanted it, and I was like, I went up to my dad. I was like, hey, can I actually just like start selling crypto stuff on the website? Just make a new collection, put it at the bottom of the page, and just give a link out to people on Twitter. And he was like, I guess. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
And it's like, as long as they pay money for it, like, that's fine. I was like, okay, cool. And so now it's really exciting because, of course, we've expanded our product offering. We've got like 2 or 3 rows of stuff now. I'm trying to get in touch with people at Flare. I have some contacts that I'm working on.
Right on. Hey, that's some scoop, guys. He has some contacts.
Some contacts.
Hey, gotta be like BitBoy, some contacts in some high places.
Yeah. I need to get some of BitBoy's contacts, honestly. Just see what Hinman said.
Oh.
No, but like, so anyway, so we have the collection on the site now, and what's really exciting is that now it's like I'm on Twitter, I'm engaging with the community and kind of just sharing like my opinions and thoughts and engaging with other people. And it's exciting because it's like I'm finally like leveraging this knowledge and this research that I've done, like all the time I've spent just trying to figure this thing out. It's like now I'm actually able to kind of become a part of some community and engage.
Yeah, and also share your views.
Yeah, and it's like
weight off your shoulder, man. You're like being able to interact with people, like-minded people.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
that's the thing.
A lot of us may not have the same opinions or the same views, but we just, that's what I love about the Casino Coin community. We are just a bunch of colorful people from different varieties of life, if you want to call it. Like, and we share our opinions. Some of us is blunt, then stronger than others, but it doesn't deny the fact that we all come together. We all view the crypto space as technology and all of these digital assets as a future where we can invest in and gain not just financial inclusion, knowledge. Look, a lot of us in here is doing stuff that we thought we wouldn't be doing.
Right.
Expanding into other areas we never thought we would be expanding into.
Yep.
It's
like comfort zone thing that you mentioned before. I mean, it's like
crazy.
It's kind of scary to go on like a YouTube channel like Code Words the first time, and there was like hundreds of people that saw that. And I was like, oh my god, But like it was really fun. It was really exciting. He's a great guy.
Crazy. I'm almost having 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
That's exciting.
I'm fucking excited, man. I'm like so happy, and thank all you guys that support, encourage, even on my Twitter. I'm like, I just hit above 600 people. I'm like, I'm blown away. I'm just blown away by the support.
600 people care about what you think. I mean, that's what it is.
And like, what helped me get out of this my own comfort zone and just wanting to just do something,
dude, and what else?
Be a part of something is is Casino Coin and Cold War. Even with Mass Gambling Savant, Green King, all these guys played a part in me deciding to keep doing this. Keep connecting, keep connecting the people with each other, bringing out people out of the behind the scenes, behind the computer, behind the screen phone, and showing people, man.
Right.
I love this.
And what's exciting is that it's like we're watching each other start something from scratch. And we're supporting each other from the beginning going forward.
That's just crazy. I watched my first video last night. I was tripping. I was like, man, that's some raggedy shit.
Yeah, but like that's the way it should be.
I was telling my wife, she don't understand the crypto space too much, but I was telling I want to edit my re-edit my first video, but then I was thinking I shouldn't. No, it's showing me how much I progressed.
Where you came from, man.
Yeah.
Where you came from.
And it's gonna always keep me rooted from where I came from.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
I love it. I like started like from then until now, like I can like do a little bit stuff here and there. I'm trying to practice with live streaming at OBS and having like I can switch like share screen. I can share screens with this, but I don't like the lag that I get from this to the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, I don't like that.
No,
you have a good night, Mass. Have fun at the casino.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy your dinner. Make some money. Don't lose it. Hopefully
tell
you
them
don't
about
lose
Casino Coin when you're there.
Yeah, make sure you're all up in that Casino Coin gear. You guys need to be wearing some sick ass freaking suits, man.
Yeah, your pendants, man. Get them.
Yeah. I got mine. Mine's on hangs in my truck
Right.
all day, every day. So that one just like that one hangs in my truck all day, every day.
Yeah. But dude, like we were saying before about, I mean, we're watching each other start something from scratch, and it's really exciting because I feel like, if we keep grinding and we keep doing what we're doing, man, it's gonna grow. Like you said, you're up to 600 something people subscribing to your Twitter. Like I'm at 371 right now. It's
Yeah,
wild.
man. Like boom.
I remember.
I'm surprised you're not even in the freaking
followers.
thousands, man, with the shit you made.
Dude.
But like you saying, we're starting something from the beginning. There's also people that rekindling their things that they were doing before.
Yeah.
And like some people's coming back out making videos, and stuff like that. I love that.
Yeah. No, it's really exciting. And like I'm just really happy to be here. And man, like I do think too, from a business perspective, because I don't think I answered all the question yet. I think
yeah, sorry. We always sidetrack.
I promise we'll get there at some point, But, I think he asked about like how our business model uses crypto or something like that.
Yes. I got it right here. What are the ratio of your crypto versus fiat business? Does crypto help you keep you in the business? Like
Okay. Yeah, so the ratio is pretty low right now, like crypto to fiat, because my dad is not really totally like on board the whole crypto thing yet.
He still has his
skeptical, which is fine. I get that.
That's all good. But he lets you make it, so that's a progress.
So like what we're doing right now is like I'm accepting the crypto. I have like a Tboone Rings some wallet, right, that I made, and that's kind of to help with like just showing all the transactions. I can see everything, like it's all there in one place. It's not like my personal thing. It's just kind of that. And so I'll accept the crypto, and then like he'll take the fiat amount like out of my paycheck, and I'll just have the crypto, which is fine because I want the crypto. So like it's cool.
I'm good with that, Dad. You just let me do this. Let's go. Partnership.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we're handling it right now, which is fine. But like,
oh, you froze, my bro. You froze. Oh, well, I guess we're going to shut it down a little early. Well, we see what's going on Twitter, but love all you guys for stopping by, yeah? And till next one, we might recontinue this. But, for real, thank you all you guys for stopping by and showing love. I have my little one by me. I'm holding my phone out while she's watching some Tboone8, man. All you parents out there, I know you guys go through this too. I love it though. But thank you guys for stopping by. Love you all. We had some technical difficulties. I wonder if he like put out a cord or battery died. I don't know. But he's coming back. He's coming back. Reconnecting. Oh, and we're blocked. Oh, that's what happens.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. Like we keep having these power outages and the Wi-Fi just like went out, and so I'm using my phone right now. So
never mind, guys. We're back on. I was about to just say like I don't know what happened, but we might just cut it short.
No. We're here.
Hey, can we have a view of the shop, man?
Dude,
yeah, I want a shop tour.
Oh, also, by the way, so this is my office. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this is my desk. Got my degree up here. Ooh. And then
congratulations, man.
Thank you.
No, for real.
Got a whiteboard.
Proud of you, man. That's not easy. And to just complete something is always good.
Yeah, dude, there were times where I wanted to quit. I can tell you that. There were like 3 or 4 times I was like, I got to get out of here. It was horrible. But at the same time, it was amazing. Like I had great experiences with it. And, I'm really glad I did it. So it was good to get out. But anyway, so this is my dad here. At Georgia Tech, there's this thing called the Invention Studio that I was a part of. And I was the director of programming there. And I started this.
for
Yeah.
making for instilling that passion you had into
Heck
yourself,
yeah.
man.
And so, um, and so that was kind of like, that was fun. I started this thing called the lecture series, and I would bring people in from industry that would talk about like how, if you use the equipment and stuff in the invention studio and learn how to use it, then you can, be a better engineer in the future with your job and stuff like that. And my dad was one of the
Yeah,
speakers, and that was the poster we used for it. So that was kind of cool.
right
So
on.
anyway, so out here is the shop, or like kind of the front office. We got Tboone Technologies right there. And then also outside, um, we vinyl cut that logo up there. So
All your windows. I learned how to install those kinds of windows.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
those big
And
ones.
this is like the front office. Got some desks up here for like doing the shipping and the paperwork and stuff. And
Yeah, some of the office work that some people don't want to do.
right. And then these are some of the bike parts we have here laying. Like these are the cranks that we just
Look at
made.
that. That's
So you can see they're pretty
bro. And you
shiny.
can custom make them for people.
We can. So like we have our logo engraved on there, but we could, put the XRP logo on there or whatever you
Or
want.
put your
I mean,
name or
someone asked about that. But yeah, so
like
these
the
are square
XRP
taper
army is
ones.
vast. The casino coin
Dude, they
army is
are.
only growing.
And what's crazy is that the blog that
froze again, my bro. Ooh, connections, technicals again, my guys.
can you hear me now?
Can hear you now. Yee.
Okay, I turned off my Wi-Fi. Clearly the Wi-Fi is not working. So okay, sorry. My phone just automatically connects.
It's all good.
But anyway,
we're
do you
live.
remember-
We're live and
Yeah.
direct.
We're here.
We're not fake.
But do you remember that blog JC wrote about the cogs in the machine?
Yeah. See,
Okay, so-
that went click with me too, and you.
Yeah. So he talked about like how, all these people in the casino coin community, like what their hobbies were. And like majority of them were into biking. And I was like, yo, like this is crazy. We could make like bike parts that have that kind of stuff on it. So that'd be cool.
Yeah,
but
you can even
anyway.
integrate some of the gears with the casino coin logo in them. Built
We could.
in it.
Why not?
That's dope. Like,
yeah, and this is a bottom bracket. We don't make these anymore, but this was, if we get a better machine, we could do it. We need 4th, 5th axis going on. We only have 3-axis machines right now, which you'll see in a second. These are some bolts. I'm sure that it's kind of
you guys
blurry.
can custom make parts for practically not just bikes, but
Yeah, we could do a lot
like
of stuff.
motorcycles. Like, can you guys do like gearings for like
Probably.
Harleys and stuff? Like,
We probably
like
could.
street bikes?
It's just a matter of like, volume, and because right now it's just like
material,
the
yeah.
two of us making this stuff, and like
Oh,
we
I
don't
see.
want to just
Yeah.
kind of like, I mean, we can
branch
hire
out
out.
to I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Just like the influx of you guys want to do what you guys already doing.
Right. And then
And
we
be
got
able
like a
to
little
handle the business.
kitchen going on here. And
Gotta be able to eat and drink, man.
yeah. And this is my dad's office, and this is him right here. So
Hey, cousin, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's the
for
man, the myth, the legend.
making him and instilling your knowledge into him, man.
Now CryptoBeast says thank you for like instilling the knowledge and everything, and so that's yeah. So anyway, these are all of our orders from like since 1992 or something. So all those, we handwrite them in these books. So there's a lot of
information
a lot
and
of you got to keep it backed up on paper.
Memories. That's memories, man.
All right, so here we are. So this is the shop. So starting, it's kind of where we package things up right here. It's where we package up all the bike parts. We wrap them in this, like, whatever that is. And and just we spare parts and stuff over here. And these machines here are 2 lathes. That's what we make like turned parts on. So like those bolts that I was showing you earlier.
Oh, I see.
You can make them on these. And so they just, they have these turrets that have tools on them, and they can spin to different tools. And you got your chuck that has
Does how it's
bar
made
stock
have
in
a
there.
video of stuff being built in one of these? I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You could definitely find that. I could send you a link at some point soon, and you know, they're really fun to watch. But yeah, you got a couple of these going on. This one has a 3-jaw chuck. That other one had a cullet system. So you can do different things on it. But this is like where they make the rings, mostly like the ones that are radially symmetrical. You can cut those out on here, and then you can side to them by hand on their hand lathes over there. But yeah, we've got all kinds of materials going on. Mostly titanium is what we work with. But we can do stainless. We can do tantalum. Not really, but we can. But we don't like it. But there's tungsten carbide. But there's also
what's
black
the difference?
zirconium.
Why don't you guys like that?
Well, so tantalum is really disgusting to machine. It's really heavy and gummy. Like it's hard,
so
but
like
it's
the
also
clean
gummy.
up and
It'll just
and
ruin
just
all the
the
tools.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it just ruins all the tools. That is what is that the Oh, that's Timascus. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. It's got those like swirly patterns in
That's
there.
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
the
like
steel
there's
with
so much
thermal
different
titanium.
types of metals.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, this right here. I don't know if you can see it really well. Yeah, it's kind of blurry, at least on my screen. But anyway, this is something called superconductor. We have more
Oh.
stock of it in the back, but it's really cool. It's copper that has these strands of titanium niobium alloy going through it, and so we cut it at like a skew angle, and then we like make the ring out of it.
Oh wow.
And so it has this really kind of cool asymmetrical look to it going on. We have like if you go on the Tboone ring site, there's a whole section for
So gambling savant
superconductor.
has a question. He says, how
Yeah.
often do you have to do maintenance on those lathes?
Oh God, honestly, it's becoming more and more common to have to do maintenance on these things because one of them's leaking oil, right? That one is. And so yeah, they've been moved around so many times. Like they're definitely old. I mean, you can kind of see some of the
They
going on.
got their work. They did some
yeah,
product for you
like,
guys.
the back panel is off on this thing just to kind of get in here and like, work
Use
on
your
stuff.
access, man.
Yeah. And this, okay, and then these are our lasers. So we have five lasers. This one,
You guys have a mini me to help you turn on those lasers.
so this one's a CO2 laser. So it can cut, like wood and acrylic and cardboard and paper and stuff like that.
Wow.
We don't use it as much, but if you ever need it, it's really nice to have. This one is super cool. This one's an engraving laser. So, and so is this one actually. This one's bigger. This one's actually one of the few ones in the United States. This is made in Italy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's broken right now though.
They really make some bomb stuff though.
They do. And it's worked really well, but we've used it so much that it kind of like broke, and we need a part to fix it or some guy to come out, and like because of COVID they can't like get out here or something. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
So anyway, we bought this one, and it wasn't cheap, but like it gets the job done and it's awesome. So like
it's not like the one you guys, the other one.
Yeah, but it definitely works really well. So this bolt here, it looks like we engraved on it twice, but it's like the words, the words you can actually see pretty well, and it you can make these little jigs for them. So this we put the crank on it, and it sits at the right angle in the right spot in the machine, and you just push the button, and it'll just engrave the logo in the right place every time. So you don't have to like position it properly and all that. So that's super nice.
Yeah, it is a cool business. Yeah, Savant, man. And some crazy machines. I like it. We're having a first-hand look into how he makes his stuff.
Heck yeah.
How things are made, man. I love this.
Yeah. So this machine is my favorite. This is our fiber laser. This is what I cut all of the casino coin stuff out on. So like down here we have our titanium scraps, and you can probably see, let's see, I'm not sure. Well, actually, yeah, here's like a scrap one of the pendants. But it's cut out of this material here. So you can see how many things we like can fit onto one piece, but like, we do all kinds of stuff. And I can show you guys some more of like other things that we do, but like, you can probably tell like these are game controllers.
Yeah, I see that.
And I made earrings out of those. and those are kind of fun. And you know, I can anodize them different colors, and people thought those were pretty cool. So
That was
put them up
nice, man. No,
online.
yeah, man. Those are cool stuff.
Yeah, got like violins and French horns and assault rifles and saxophones, and I made my girlfriend an assault rifle necklace because she, you know, loves that kind of stuff. So
I love shooting gun, man.
heck yeah, man, me too.
That shit is but it sucks over here in Hawaii. They made it hard to
dude,
even get ammo.
Of course
now.
they did. Of course they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
even
even
hard to
make your
find over
own
here
anymore. If you have a machine that you know that
Yeah,
you can make your like load your own bullets. Yeah, it's illegal.
right. So anyway, this thing is awesome. It actually used to be a Tormach CNC, but my dad actually took it apart and then put this laser head on it, so he could, and then built.
Of
this,
course, Dad is gonna take
enclosure.
stuff apart and make it better.
Yes, I know it's wild.
Hey,
and so
Gambling Savant has another question. Can you melt
sure.
titanium down in order to reuse the scraps, or
No.
what do you do with the titanium?
Yeah, so actually the answer is no.
You can?
Because, well, you can, but like it has to be done in a vacuum and it has to be done under a lot of heat and pressure. Like,
I see.
If you don't do it in a vacuum,
process that you have to make it be done the correct way.
Yeah, because titanium, when it starts burning, it burns at like thousands of degrees, and you can't put it out with water. So it could be a really big disaster. So titanium is actually really dangerous. You use titanium powder in fireworks. So like that's how fireworks are. It's magnesium, titanium. So
that's what makes colors and the explosions and
So yeah, titanium, you can't really, I mean, you can still recycle it. Like there are facilities that do it, but you get pennies to the dollar.
The properties change.
And
he was saying,
I don't think the properties change per se, but
this what it gives off.
Yeah, but it's definitely hard to do.
Difficulty. So
yeah. But this thing is awesome. So this is the laser itself. And there's like, I think like 1 million different diodes in here, like LED diodes that all shine at the same time. And then they kind of converge into one fiber. And this fiber is actually what the laser beam kind of comes out of. And it can wrap around and go in all different directions. And then it comes into the top of this machine here and in through the head where it magnifies. But it's just LEDs. It's just LEDs, and it's a fiber that's thinner than a human hair that's inside of this tube. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and it can cut through titanium up to a 1/4 inch thick. I mean, it's wild. And so because it has this flexibility, you could actually put one of these things on the end of a robot arm, like a 5th axis robot, and you could actually cut like a car door or something. And you know, get exactly the cut you want, but in 3 dimensions, which is really, really cool. So this technology is amazing. This company is IPG that makes this one, and they have excellent equipment. So, and like they've also, like, I think they started making lasers like 30 years ago, and they were testing the lasers that they first built. And to this day, they're still testing them. They're just continuously going, and none of them have broken yet. Like it's wild. So anyway, this one here is a laser welder. So this was actually pretty cool. You can basically, you stick your hands inside and you can hold a part of titanium, and you can actually like weld it together using a laser, and you can like use these goggle things and really zoom in on it, know what you're looking at. It amplifies like 3 or 4 times. 40 times, never mind. 40 times. I was wrong. And anyway, so you just hit the foot pedal, and then it'll weld the piece together. It's really cool. So we can use that for all kinds of stuff. Now we're into the machines, the real big ones. So these 3 machines here are mills, CNC mills. And that's where we make all the bike parts on. So this one here, and they're all 3 axis. So that means that you have X, Y, and then Z travel. This one is 4th axis though. So we have X, Y, Z, and then you have A, which, you know, you can rotate. So that's what we do some of the tension set rings on that are not radially symmetrical. So you can actually cut like complex patterns and stone settings and things like that on it. but here's a piece of titanium with a chain ring that was cut out of it. And I think the chain ring was on the table out there that I showed you earlier, but there's these base plates that they kind of bolt down on. And so, then it just machines on top of that. And the base plates can be switched out. We have like a whole library of different plates that we use for different things. So it's like, this is a different size chain ring here than that one. You got, these are spiders that you can put on the end of a crank. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So once you got the program written, you can just put the pallet on the pallet changer, put it down and then like run the right program and you're good to go. All the zeros are saved in memory. And so you can just, and these machines, you can see they have different tools on the tool holder, and it can change them out mid program. So you can do different things without needing to like manually change any tools out. This one's got the same thing going on. But these machines are kind of old, honestly. They work, they get the job done, but like, man, if XRP blows up, we'd be able to afford some real machines and that'd be nice. So, yeah. I don't know if you're talking, I can't hear you, but just to let you know. This right here is a 150 ton press, which is crazy. So yeah, I don't know if your mic is working or not, or maybe hang on. I think.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, cool.
That was my
cool.
mic.
Okay, I don't know if you were talking the whole time. I just kept going.
No, I wasn't talking. I just started.
Oh, okay.
Because Savant was asking, how do you create the rainbow effect?
Oh, dude, I'll show you. It's really cool. I'll do a live demo of that.
Oh no way! Live
dude,
demo?
I'll do it.
Shoot.
I'll do a live demo. I might have to have my dad hold the phone though.
Today, man. I feel lucky today. Family Savant, you should feel lucky today. You won. You won on Gripson's live feed. We get to see the shop. And now
he
we
won?
get to see live.
Oh,
He
that's
won.
awesome.
Wasn't a big one. Was it like you won one of those barbell races?
Oh, for like $1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, that's winning, man.
Hey, no, that he won though. That's what matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so this is a hydraulic press we have here. It's 150 tons, so we can do a lot of damage with that. Like this is like a prototype for
a different bike crank. You probably would have made money off of is just smashing random stuff and putting it on YouTube.
Dude, I've seen those freaking channels, man. They have like a million subscribers.
Like what?
I know. Like we could do that.
You guys can.
Should we do that? We could literally do that. Why not? It would just be another Tboone Technologies, Friday night,
smashing
press smash.
Oh, sorry, that don't sound right. That sounds like better.
Yeah, we'll figure out a better title, but it's the idea. And then this is our workbench. Every time we clean it, it manages to get messy again. So it's just the way it is.
And that's how
this is work. Yeah, exactly. And then we got some sanders and Dremel tools and stuff over here for like finishing rings and stuff. These are polishers, so like buffing wheels.
Yeah,
I like those. Like you saw the picture of those medallions today. I actually polished those on these, so they had a better shine than what they normally are, because I just normally sand them over here and go up to a finer grit sandpaper, and then it's still shiny. But like this one, he was like, can you make it really shiny? And I was like, hell yeah, man.
Shine it and polish it like that.
Yeah, so we have the equipment to do it, so might as well. This one's
natural, the natural metal shine.
Yeah. So this one is meant for like more, like we use this one for aluminum. And if you use aluminum on a titanium polishing wheel, it'll kind of mess it up. The aluminum will get all up in there and it's hard.
That's just crazy, huh? Like even with metals, you want to mix certain metals.
No, exactly. So here's like some of the single speed cogs. Like this is what they look like when they're fresh off the machine. So you can see they're kind of gross. Got a lot of burrs going on
the edges.
So yeah, I got to sand them on both sides, and then got to get the teeth beveled, and we do that by hand, where we sand the teeth into the finer points in the end, and then we'll kind of smooth out the ends of them on both sides, and then I bead blast, and then I polish, and then we bead
Oh,
blast
bead
the
blast,
end.
not sand blast.
Yeah, well, so it is. It's the same thing, but it's not actually sand. It's actually glass beads.
Yeah,
so they're
that's crazy.
So you get this nice look. I don't know if we have actually. I'll grab the chain ring up front because I can show you like what it looks like kind of when it's all done. So here you go. So this actually, no, here, this is a cog when it's complete. So you can see it's shiny.
Nice
it's shiny here, but then the teeth are bead blasted and then the back is bead blasted. And there's these spacers, these spacers that we actually press fit in. So man, there's like a lot of steps.
Is there a reason why it's done that way?
What way?
Like why you bead blast like the edges and is that
for it's grip? purely for look. Like because we wanted to have like what makes us what makes our signature look is to have the polished face here.
Is it, can you use walnuts and stuff like that? And if you Crypto Boy said you should create some metal AMSR content on YouTube. You should, man. That shit will probably blow up. No
Dude,
joke.
I mean, might as well. It's funny because, like, to us, you know, it's like we're out here in the shop every day and we just do our thing, and it's like, but so many people out there would be like, man, I would love to see you just film like making a cog or whatever, and it's like, okay, I mean,
watching
if you want,
from
like
the beginning and like you're cutting it and grinding it, man, that'd be some funny stuff.
Oh,
and we'll see you in action.
Exactly. Me and my element.
Walnut shells, he said.
Walnut for I don't know what he's referring to.
He said he's heard of walnut blasting.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I've never. I mean, what we have works pretty well. So I don't know, but that'd be kind of interesting to try.
Does your dad know anything about walnut blasting?
They were asking, have you heard about walnut blasting? Yeah, he has. He's heard about it, but the sand or the glass beads work pretty well.
I know, sorry, cat boy, man. Like,
But anyway, these are what the cranks look like when they first come off the machine. So there's just like these lines, right? It just looks really, you know. So we have to get all of that out with the sandpaper. Use the
sanding process and all that.
Yeah. So gotta get all that out, and then once the lines are completely out, like you have to use the rough grit sandpaper and then go up to the finer grit, and then you gotta like kind of make sure it's all blended properly, and then you can go over here to the polisher and polish it out. We also have this like buffing wheel here, or not buffing wheel, but whatever this is. It's like it's kind of like a
like the hard padded like the stone.
Yeah, like an abrasive wheel. Yeah. And so that can kind of help get some more lines out too, and blend things together. But then once you get the polish on, that's what the cranks up the front that you saw. That's what they look like when they're done, and man, they look good. They do take a while, but we're getting the process down slowly but surely. Like we're figuring out how to make it more efficient. And we're getting some more orders. Like we just like the first that we did was the 170 millimeter length, and we just released 165 because people were asking about it, and so we sold a pair of those. And then we're going to go up to 175 and then kind of branch out from there. But every single size you do, you have to have a different program, and it's just a whole big thing. So
yeah, man, Gavin Savant is awesome shop, man.
Thank you. These here are manual lathes. We have 3 of them, and so we use them for doing side twos of rings that you can't get to on the CNC lathes over there. And you can do a lot with the lathe. You can do tapping. You can do all that stuff. My cousin has one
for his woodworking. He does.
Gotcha. Cool. And then got another finishing station over here, drill press and mini lathe, and then a mill. And the back here is just kind of like storage for stuff, and just so things accumulate. This was so how I was talking about that tractor trailer project that we did. Yeah. This is like one of the models we made for it. I don't think the battery works right now, but anyway, this thing would open and it would show how it worked. It was super cool. It's like 6 scale. And so we actually like had this thing at a competition, and we showed like how it worked, and we won. It was awesome. So that was cool.
So where that
and-
magic happens with that color schemes.
Oh yeah, I'll show you that.
How
in
do
a
you
minute.
do that, man? That's crazy.
So this is our bead blaster here, and we do all the bead
I thought
blasting.
it would have been like a bigger booth.
Yeah, well, this one was our old one here, and it was leaking all over the place. This thing is, we've had this since the 80s or something. Like, I don't know. Like these gloves have holes in them because they're so old. And so, you know, you're holding the part and you're sandblasting it, and
You don't
just
want to
like
shoot yourself.
you'll shoot yourself. So anyway, so over here is what we do the anodizing with. So it's just there's like this water here that you mix with this electrolyte, and then you have this this metal piece that you have an electrode connected to, and then the other side you hold the piece and you dip it in the water, and then you apply voltage, and it'll change the color. And to get the rainbow effect, you can like just pull out while you're increasing the voltage.
Secret technique, guys.
Yeah, so I'll grab a piece and I'll show you.
Though, man. Like,
yeah, it's fun.
Imagine when you guys can get a bigger tub to do bigger stuff.
Oh, I know. We're gonna do chain rings at some point in them, which will be fun.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So this one's like a messed up piece. So
that one.
I'm gonna do a rainbow fade, but I might need you to hold the phone if that's okay.
Man, can you pass snack? Oh, do it.
So the first step here is we have to actually heat up this acid. That just helps to kind of get rid of any of the impurities that are on the surface of the metal. And this acid only works when it's like slightly heated up. So we just throw it in the microwave here. And this microwave is disgusting. So it is not meant for food. But yeah, we just put it in for 20 seconds. Okay, it's done now. And then I'll throw the piece in there. Just kind of slosh it around for a minute.
That's crazy. I didn't know the water has to be a certain temp too.
Yeah. Let me get on this side. Okay, so yeah, so now it's pretty good. And then we kind of grab it. Oh. Okay. So here we go. So I apply 15 volts first. Oops, a little too high. Yeah, around there. So you can see it's already brown.
Oh yeah, it's changed color quick.
Yeah, it changes color quick. So then I start around there, and then I'll increase the voltage as I go. So like 22.
Oh, I see it now. Oh wow, it's like. That's
there you go.
Crazy.
It's not the best fade in the world, but that's kind of how it works.
Man.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
it's pretty simple. Yeah, and it's also not. I mean, this was a messed up piece anyway. You can see.
No, I just was gonna ask you, like, is it hot after it comes out? Like,
no,
you just
it's
grabbed
not.
it straight right away, man.
Yeah, it's just water. It doesn't really heat up or anything. But yeah, so that's how it works. And
it's just water and electricity. Like
yeah, there's like this electrolyte solution or
like
it's
whatever
like salt
you don't
almost
have to, like,
that you mix
say
in
the
there.
secret of it, but yeah, man, that's crazy.
Well, it's just standard anodizing. I mean, it's a pretty well known process, so it's not like secret. But yeah, but no, I mean in the industry, well known, like you know. But yeah, so like we could do solid colors, we could do fades from one color to another. Like actually up here we have all the different options. So like on this wall we had, you know, the whole, I mean, this is like 5-volt increments. So, you know, can show all the different colors we can do. We can't do some colors like red, for example, like that's just not on the spectrum that you can get to. But like we can do solid green, we can do a really nice purple. We can do gold, and then we can do like fades between them. So it's like, you know, this is purple to gold. So you got that nice like retro,
that's
like
nice.
sunset
I like
look
that
or
color.
whatever. I love those. And then just even like light blue to dark blue is kind of cool, or purple to blue, or, you know, purple to green. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. And so, you know, you can go, as long as you go from one to another in order, like you're going to get the colors in between. And we can also do really cool things like where, let me flip the camera around. So if you say you anodize the whole pendant thing, you anodize it green, then I could go back here and with the sandpaper, just sand off the surface so that it goes back to the bare metal again, and then re-anodize it a different color. So the surfaces are going to be like, you know, whatever color, say blue, but then the edges could be green. So, because the edges wouldn't have been sanded off.
Okay, babe?
So it's just cool.
Babe?
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we can do with it. And then also, actually, bonus, I'll show you the back of the shop because there's something there.
Bonus, guys. I love bonuses. We've been getting bonus all day today.
The airdrop. So this was kind of the project here that we were working on with the tractor trailer. So we had yeah. So this was like back in college. There was this thing called capstone where you had a senior design project, and like I was a mechanical engineer, right? And we were able to choose our own project, and we ended up deciding to do something where you could improve the aerodynamics of a tractor trailer, right? That was kind of the idea. And at the time, we didn't really have, like, we had a solution, but it was not really well thought out, but it's still one capstone, which was pretty cool. So we got some money from that. And then we ended up deciding to turn it into a company. And so it was just me and like a few friends. We started this company. We met some really cool people in the industry, and we started building prototypes and stuff. We did some road tests, and it was a really exciting thing. But you know, there was just so many problems with it. Like it's just, I mean, obviously the scale of this thing is huge. In order to do any kind of revision on the prototype, it would take months and months. And two of the co-founders moved to Michigan to get engineering jobs, which I don't blame them for. I mean, it's, you know, you got to make money, right? So they moved out, and then my girlfriend, she was also part of the team, and she now has a full-time job as well. And so it was just kind of like really difficult to keep this thing going.
Oh, that would be a good idea, yeah, Savant. There's like saying if you could strike a deal with Casino Coin and get your product on the Eminence website.
Well, it's like nowhere even close to working now. That's the thing. It's like we've just kind of left it on the side burner right now.
No, your
We've
other
also,
product, your Casino Coin product.
Oh, dude. I mean, I would be down for that. There's also the potential for, you know, someone like Daniel or somebody, like they could become an affiliate to the store, and where if they drive traffic, they could get revenue from that as well. Either way, because we could do merchant pricing where they could buy things up front for like a 30% discount or so. And then they could like store it in their store, and then they could resell it, or they could be an affiliate, and then they could just send traffic to our site. And if they make a sale, then they get like 10%, but they don't have to buy anything up front. So it's like there's two different business models, and we can do both of them. We're set up to do both, and we have both. And we can do that for bike parts, and we can do that for rings and stuff. So that's just kind of how we work with that kind of stuff. So like if they want to do something, like I would be completely down. And I'm also just really, I'm really excited and happy that they were willing to let me do this in the first place. Cause I mean, obviously I got permission from them. Like I didn't want to just do this and it was Crypto Crazy that actually went up to Quadjacks and asked him. Cause like I was trying to reach out to them, but like I had like 0 followers, and was like, hey, like, can I sell Casino Coin stuff? And they were probably like, what the fuck is this kid doing? Like
who's this guy?
Yeah.
Like, what
is
he doing? Like
so yeah, I get it. But man, it was funny because I told Crypto Crazy, because he was like, can I buy one? I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm really like allowed to sell this or not. I don't know if
it's sellable.
You know, and so he was like, oh, actually, hang on, let me get in touch with somebody real quick, and I'll get right back to you. And I'm like, all right, well, if you can get through to them, then great. And sure enough, it was like literally less than 5 minutes later, he texted me back, and he's like, oh yeah, Quadjacks said it's okay, so go for it. And I was like, wait, really? and then Quadjacks answered my original DM that I had sent him like a few
Yeah.
days before that or whatever. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, okay. And so, yeah, that's when it started. So it's just been really fun. So it's cool to be kind of like the unofficial.
You have your foot in the door to work with them directly.
Yeah, man, I'm down for it. I'm down for it, especially too with this project that Code Word and I are going to do with Fox, Flying Fox, and a couple other people. And then
info.
That's maybe. I mean, it was like that, the lottery thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. We know there's ideas out there. You know, there's people building stuff.
But no, there's like
That's
a real
what I mean.
team working
Like,
on it.
people, man, there's stuff being built without others' knowledge. Like, I don't know what else is going on or who else is building what or what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I just know it's going to happen sometime, maybe sooner than later, or maybe later than sooner. Who knows? But you know, I'm running out of time.
Oh, you're good, man. Yeah, if you want to wrap it up, that's all good, man.
Thank you all you guys for showing up. You know, we got to know a lot about him, a lot about his business, when it started. Even got to visit his dad himself.
Yeah.
Shop, got to see the product and the rainbow stuff being made. You know, hey, thank you for sharing a lot about you. And I love this.
No, I appreciate the opportunity, man. This is really fun. So thank you.
This is super fun. I love just being able to do all this kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. More to
all
come.
You guys that showed up, you know, the future, the future is gonna be bright for all of us.
It is.
Regardless if you're in Casino Coin or not. Whatever project you in, you know, I always believe the best in people. You know, most of us in a Casino Coin does not we try new things, but a lot of us in this space is very knowledgeable of what to invest in and what to try. You know, there's some stuff like it's like a no-brainer. Don't try. But then there's just stuff we get for free. It's like, why not? We're getting it for free. I'm not paying money. We see where it goes. You know,
right?
Like,
exactly.
If it doesn't go anywhere, whatever. I'll just kick up that. You know, it is what it is. People has their decisions, and I don't knock down on anybody's decision. I try to be positive all the time. That's the best thing. And thank you, man.
Thank you.
And
all
aloha,
right, man.
everybody. You guys have a good day.
Yeah.
You have a good one, Taylor.
You too.